That's right. The coup makers in Niger are digging in. They have just constituted, other structures, such as they have appointed ministers. They have already appointed a prime minister. They have dissolved the National Assembly in the last few days since the event of 26 July. And ECOWAS is not budging either. And I think ECOWAS will not give in. It's not likely to give in, even though it has restated its commitment to dialogue as well as negotiations as instruments for engagement with the new authorities in Niger Republic. Now, probably it is important to tackle the first things first. I am more concerned with the conversations going on in Nigeria around the role of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu since the crisis began on the 26th of July. And I am of the opinion that yes, there have been well-meaning interventions by individuals and stakeholder groups in our democracy, both in Niger and Nigeria as well. But a careful analysis of the conversation since then will also reveal that the conversation probably has been hijacked by opposition elements who seem to heap the blame more on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for this crisis. But the fact of the matter is that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of Nigeria was not the one who instigated the coup in Niger. He is not a coup maker. Now, it is also very interesting to note that all the stakeholders that I have listened to so far, including distinguished members of the National Assembly and delegations from faith organizations and others who have paid courtesy visits on the president, began by condemning the coup itself. Now, having condemned the coup, it is now clear that there is consensus in Nigeria that the coup is unacceptable, and therefore the president of the state of Nigeria has been on the right track, no matter what the opposition elements would have been saying in this conversation. That is one. Secondly, it is also very important to understand that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as far as I'm concerned, is building on the principles of Nigeria's foreign policy that in its active days, especially in the 1990s, lest we forget, Nigeria had contributed in reshaping both international relations and international law since the formation of ECOWAS, that's the ECOWAS monitoring group in 1990, that enjoyed the backing of the United Nations Security Council for its intervention in Liberia. This is fundamental because that was the beginning. It was the first time that a regional bloc, a regional economic community that had additional protocols to do with democracy and good governance as well as military cooperation will be given the responsibility of military intervention